Sir, as you begin your tenure as the sixth president of Seychelles, what are your plans, priorities, and vision for your nation?
Thank you very much. We need to start from the beginning. Our biggest problem right now is the drug problem, the heroin addiction, which has affected almost 10% of our youth, and this in itself represents an existential threat to the country. Our response will be two-pronged: traffic, supply reduction, and demand reduction. Unfortunately, over the last 5 years, little have been done to strengthen the demand reduction part of that strategy. We do not have any rehabilitation center, and there is no proper rehabilitation program ongoing right now. Of course, you have other issues like health. We've seen a decline in the standard of health, of education, and standard of living in general. The people, they are poorer now than they were 5 years ago, and this has translated into a lot of votes for the opposition party, which is now the ruling party. And then we have other challenges like housing. Very little houses have been done over the last 5 years. So these are all our priorities. But at the same time, we need to take Seychelles to the next level, what we call the transformation, and that can only be done with cheap energy, a very good telecommunication system, and the induction in school of science, technology, engineering, and maths, as well as artificial intelligence. So this is what we want to achieve over the next 5 years.
Sir, Seychelles has been championing the cause of blue economy. How do you plan to strengthen this model to ensure both economic growth and the ocean sustainability?
Oh, yes, I mean, whenever you talk about blue economy, basically you're inferring that there is a need for sustainable development of the seas. I mean, even sustainable fisheries. We need to ensure that we do not overfish. We need to relook at all the illegal, unregulated, underreported fishing. But it comes to other aspects of marine lives like marshes and seagrasses and coastal erosions, issues that we need to preserve and protect so that our blue economy can be sustainable. There are very sensitive matters that we will need to tackle, such as the use of purse-seiner for fishing, leading to overfishing. But we will be having a discussion with the European Union, which is our main partner when it comes to fisheries, to see how we can have an arrangement that will be of benefit to both Seychelles and the EU, and an arrangement that will promote sustainable development in the seas, that is blue economy.
So, our Vice President of India is in Seychelles for 2 days visit to Seychelles and for your swearing in. And how was your interaction with him? How it was?
Well, I felt very privileged, and this morning we have had a long discussion about developmental cooperation between our two countries. I think our friendship with India goes many, many years back. India was one of the first countries to recognize Seychelles right after independence. And our former leaders and the Indian leaders like Mrs. Indira Gandhi. In fact, Mrs. Indira Gandhi came here on an official visit. And then you have the son who helped thwart a coup d'etat in 1986 by flying a plane himself to bring the president to Seychelles. So it's a very deep relationship. And then, of course, genetically, heritage, we have a lot of Seychellois of Indian descent. I'm not talking about the diaspora now. I'm talking Seychellois who are Indian Seychellois, although we do not use that word in Seychelles, but basically in America they would call them, American Indian or whatever.
So India and Seychelles, definitely they both have a very strong relationship. How do you, being a president, how do you take it forward?
Oh, definitely. We will. We've already have some. We've already had some preliminary discussions with the Indian authorities about how best India can help us to have immediate impact on our population, with health, with education, and with the cost of living, interestingly, especially with the cost of living. We're working on a strategy that will ensure that these things are immediately effected here in the Seychelles. Long term, we have the defense, the maritime security agreement with India, because we share one ocean, and India has been instrumental in training our officers. In fact, as we speak, we have a lot of military officers in India being trained, and other cadres as well, other professionals, and we are in the discussion of bringing in both Indian doctors and Indian teachers to help us with the two sectors.
So next year, Seychelles will celebrate 50 years of independence, and India and Seychelles will complete 50 years of diplomatic ties. What do you see as a potential area for collaboration in the future?
Well, we expect India to help us with our socio-economic development. Trade will be very important. As it is, we already trade a lot with India, because we have most of the merchants in Seychelles, they are actually Indians. So trade is very important. But like I said, helping us through the development of certain key sectors, from agriculture to education to health, we will not depend, but we will ask for the support of India. So I foresee a future where the two countries will be working very closely together, mutual respect, in a win-win situation, and India being the bigger of the two, we will surely benefit from their expertise through knowledge transfer, capacity building, you name it.